Hello and welcome to Beyond the Slipstream. I'm Matt and I'm here with my brother Justin. And on today's show, we're talking 2026 Oscar nominations. We'll give our reactions and hot takes on the nominees in most of the major categories as we look forward to the big day taking place this year on March 15th. Where shall we begin? Should we start with Best Picture right off the bat, or do we save that for the end?
I don't know. Maybe we save it. Maybe we save it for the end. The Oscars does. Maybe we'll save it. Save it to the end. Let's go. Maybe. Let's go to actor in a supporting role.
Let's first, though, throw some stuff out there. Now, I am not ready to make my official picks this year. And honestly, I like to save that until right up at the very end because if there are movies that I don't get a chance to see, I need to make a decision as to whether I want to make an official pick for the category, because I take this extremely seriously. I think I went 14 for 18 last year, maybe. So have to decide. Now, I believe that you have already made your picks in
I
these
threw
categories.
some picks in there. A couple of them I didn't just because I hadn't seen anything. But I kind of like, and I'm going to try to digest as many movies as I can between now and then. So, and I've done a pretty good job because I do have another one to actually to add into my I saw it list because
Mhm.
I did watch Hamnet yesterday.
Did it destroy you like I know it's going to destroy me?
Not as much as I expected it to, but
Don't spoil
yeah,
it.
we'll talk. I'm not going to spoil it all. I'm not. Don't worry, I'm definitely not. So, but yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to the to that
Well, I
category.
think I think you should perhaps refrain from making your official picks because I think I might like to do that as a show
Okay,
topic,
I'm good with that.
uh, as the day gets closer.
Sure, we could do that.
So yeah, let's just like give our reactions to the nominees.
Okay,
And where did you say you wanted to start?
let's do like they do. We'll do actor in a supporting role.
So you want to do all the acting up front and then get into some of the lower categories, or you just want to do acting?
Well, I was going to say let's start with supporting actor and actress. Then we can go into if we want to go into like screenplay or score. So here are the categories that I noted: best picture, best director, best actor, actress, supporting actor, actress, original screenplay. Whoops, sorry. Original screenplay, original score, original song, and foreign film, animated film, costume design, and documentary. Those
So
are the
I have a couple more in mind. To all those I would add you said you had original screenplay, adapted screenplay is a biggie as well. Um and then you did not have best visual effects, film editing, and production design. I would also include those three.
okay.
So, um, yeah, all right. Well, then that's cool. We can just sort of pick our way through it. Let's start with best supporting actor.
Perfect. So your nominees are Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another. Sorry, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, Delroy Lindo, one of my absolute all-time favorites, for Sinners, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value.
Yeah, and of course the big surprise here is the Delroy Lindo nomination. I don't know that a lot of people had him on their dance card for this category. So,
But
uh,
I tell you what, Delroy Lindo absolutely deserved this, in my opinion. I thought he was excellent as the aged blues man in that movie. All right.
mhm.
Um, my favorite Delroy Lindo scene of all time comes in the Lhasa Host. What's that guy's name? Lhasa Hostrom, right? Something like that. Uh, in Cider House Rules, he plays the head of the migrant crew of apple pickers, and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
he has this scene where he like confronts one of the apple pickers with Toby Maguire, where the guy throws like a cigarette butt into the cider, and he's like, fish that thing out, and they have this whole scene where they like pull knives on each other, and he has this he's got some really really good stuff in that movie. And you know I have been a big fan of his for a long time. I didn't know he was in this movie. When he popped up, I was like, oh, I love this dude. And then to see him, get the Oscar nomination like 2 days after I watched this, I was like, I love this. You know, my sentimental favorite would be Delroy Lindo. I don't think he stands a chance in this category though.
No, it's funny. I'm trying to look up that scene in Cider House Rules, and like I can't find anything at all about Delroy Lindo in Cider House Rules.
Yeah,
Maybe. Oh, there it is. Um, yeah,
that movie
I
is
don't
worth
remember.
another watch, dude. I
It's been
love that.
forever since I saw that movie, but I do recall really enjoying it. I'm a Tobey Maguire fan. I'll
Paul
say it.
Rudd is in that movie.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Charlize Theron is in that movie.
I gotta go back and watch that for sure.
Toby Maguire. Uh, Michael Keaton.
Michael Caine. Um, Yeah, a lot of people are talking about this being like the Battle of the Old Guys category with Skarsgård and Lindo both making really really good cases for being like a lifetime achievement awarded as the Oscars is sometimes want to do, especially when they make big mistakes sometimes. So I can't see Sean Penn getting a third acting Oscar for this role. To be honest, like I wasn't crazy about him in this movie. Uh, he
You
it's
want to
like
hate him in the movie, but I
well,
mean that also makes it.
he pushed it into like cartoonishness in a way. He was somewhat cartoonish and sort of like
But you know what
he
though?
messed with the believability
But
of
so did Tiana Taylor.
yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He just
Both of those
he struck
performances,
an off chord with me.
both of those performances, which bounce off each other at different points in that movie. All right, were
What,
way
Sean Penn and Benicio?
no Sean Penn and Tiana Taylor.
Oh, and Tiana Taylor.
Those characters bounce off each other at the at one point in the movie,
Hmm.
and they're both over the top, and they are both very memorable.
Yeah, I don't see him winning though.
I agree. I don't see him winning that particular category. Now that I've seen Frankenstein too, um, while I think that Elordi did a hell of a lot with very little, I don't see him. You know what I mean? I don't see him winning this either.
Yeah, I don't think there is enough here for them to be willing to make potentially make a big mistake, snub, snub a couple of titans like this for, a heavily
Yeah.
make-upped
And
performance
and
like that
Skarsgård won the
to take
Golden
nothing
Globe.
away
You
from
know,
it.
Skarsgård won the Golden Globe. So I mean, I feel like he's the front runner for sure in this category.
Yeah, but a lot of people love that Benicio del Toro performance in One Battle. It was great.
Because it is because it's fun. He
Yeah.
is the best. He's the most fun part of that whole movie.
And I do not believe he has an acting Oscar.
Yeah.
So, all right. In Best Supporting Actress, the aforementioned Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. The only nom that this movie got, I'm pretty sure, in any kind of category, Weapons in there with Amy Madigan.
And she is great in that movie, man.
Wunmi Mosaku, the former lover of Smoke or Stack in Sinners, uh, Elle Fanning, kind of this was a bit of a surprise to see her pick up one. Everyone thought that Inga Ibstadter Lilias in Sentimental Value was kind of a shoe in, but a lot of surprise coming for Elle Fanning to make it in there in Sentimental Value as well.
Uh,
Um,
So
Another category that I'm having a hard time picking. I have to go back and give another watch to Sentimental Value before I make my decision on this.
it's like the next one on my list. Like that's going to be the next one that I watch.
Mhm.
Um,
I tell you what, I can't wait to talk to you about that movie because going into it, like going into it, I had pretty high hopes, and like there's kind of an opening set piece um, that spans the first like 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. I can't quite remember, but was really had its hooks in me, and I was like, oh my God, I am going to adore this movie. And then like it's sort of lost its head of steam in there for me somewhere. I definitely liked it, but I really need another viewing.
pacing is a big thing for me. So
That
we're gonna
happens to me a
see.
lot with subtitle movies too. It's just like if I have to expend too much energy reading the subtitles first time through, I will often get a much deeper appreciation for a subtitled film on second viewing. So,
Yeah.
definitely gonna watch that one again.
Um, the Masako is her performance was really good, man. Like when you get to that scene where um where he is like he like has that vision of her with the baby at the end, and she's just like, we're waiting for you.
Hmm.
Oh, she's so good.
Yeah. Yeah,
She's
that's
so
a
good.
now I started my rewatch of that one. I saw it in the theaters when it came out earlier in the year. I started the rewatch on that one and have not finished. So I haven't rewatched the scene you're talking about, but I remember being struck by her performance just watching it the
Hmm.
first time. She was
She's been in a
really,
couple of things. She was in the Marvel Loki series too, and in Deadpool and
and she's in
Wolverine.
something really big coming up that I can't remember, but I heard someone discussing. Yeah, another kind of I don't know. Amy Madigan, I thought she was great in Weapons, but that movie sort of almost strikes me more as an ensemble piece. Uh, Maybe not.
Do you think it's odd having Elle Fanning go up against Inga Ipsdotter?
Yeah, it's sometimes weird when two people are nominated in the same category for the same film.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it is. It is. It would really seem crazy if Elle Fanning won, um, because nobody was talking about her,
Right.
and everyone's been talking about Inga. So yeah, that would be interesting to say the least. Let's jump into one of the other categories. Let's do one of the screenplays, either original or adapted.
Well,
And
I
you
don't
were
have the adapted category, so why don't you do the adapted category and I'll do the original category.
all right, go ahead with the originals.
So we had Blue Moon. All right, so that's Robert Caplow, which completely deserves, in my opinion. All right, I like that is a category where I actually think that it could win.
It was my
Um,
top film of the year, and you're right about that.
it was just an accident, which is Jafar Panahi, Marty Supreme, which is Ronald Bronstein and Josh Safdie, Sentimental Value, which is Iskil Volt and Joachim Trier, and Sinners, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, he's got that's it's interesting that he's just got the sole writing credit on that thing. Um, well, Blue Moon was my number one movie of the year, my personal favorite. Um, so I certainly have no problem with that being in there. Now, I'm only at a 60% hit rate on this category. I have not seen It Was Just an Accident. I have not seen Marty Supreme. It Was Just an Accident. I watched the first like 8 minutes of it and was like, nope, this needs to be, I need to set aside the time and I need to watch this thing from start to finish. I know it's a very intense ride on this movie. And I think this might be the only nomination it got. I think this one was snubbed maybe in foreign international feature. No, it got international feature too, but I think nothing else. No acting noms or anything. But I'm super stoked to see this movie. Do you know about Panahi?
No, I don't.
So he is an Iranian guy, and he has been on the bad side of the Iranian government in many cases. He's been on house arrest, and he absolutely refuses to stop making movies. And he has surreptitiously like made movies in hiding from the government, even when he was in like government like surveillance and like and house arrest. He found ways to make films and get them out there. He's an amazing filmmaker. I think he was the one that did A Separation, which is just like his sort of masterpiece. You should definitely check out. Um,
Hmm.
so that guy, that guy stuff, amazing. But I have not seen that movie yet. Sinners, it's hard to argue. It's like it's just it's pulling on so many threads uh, and tying them together nicely. Um, Sentimental value. I remain in
My
need of a second
my
second watch.
my initial thought, is that we are probably going to see one of these categories that Ryan Coogler is nominated in for him to pick up a win because he may miss out on some of the bigger trophies. So I could see him catching a consolation prize in one of these other categories.
Well, this
Not that it wouldn't deserve it because the movie's excellent.
this is a good time to bring up the fact that this movie set a record for the most nominations of all time with, is it 14, I believe? Two more than a couple of other movies. Like I think that's like two more than La La Land and two more than something else from further back. But so yeah, but as for Kugler himself, there are only, a handful that he would actually go on stage for and get the Oscar. And of course, original screenplay is one of them. So you were quite right about that. But I haven't seen Marty Supreme, so I really can't render it. I mean, the Safdies, uh, they they're no slouches. Um, and just about every critic that I follow has liked this movie. So perhaps it's a way of rewarding the Safdies as well. Hard to say.
I don't know.
Um,
Yeah, it's tough to say, but I don't know.
I think you've seen all of the adapted screenplay movies, so you can certainly weigh in on these. And that is Begonia,
Yes,
Train Dreams,
yes,
Frankenstein,
yes,
Hamnet,
yes,
One Battle.
yes.
So, um, yeah, those are just, adapted screenplays or screenplays adapted from other works of fiction. So, like in the case of One Battle After Another, it's like from a Thomas Pynchon novel. Hamnet is from a novel. Frankenstein is, of course, from
Mary
Mary
Shelley.
Shelley. Train Dreams was a book. It's funny. A lot of people that I mentioned Train Dreams to are like, "Oh, I read that book." So I think it must have been like a big bestseller past couple of years. And then Begonia. I'm not sure the origins of that, but yeah, I have seen all of these movies with the exception of the last half of Hamnet as well. Um, I think this, I think this is kind of one battle after another.
I would think that it's one battle after another, but this is one of those situations where I do want to give credit to Frankenstein, and in so much as going into this movie, I said to myself, we really need another Frankenstein movie. Like, you know, is this not a is this story not done? Like,
And yet, Guillermo del Toro is a name you can
I
trust
know, I know, I
with
know.
IP like this.
And he delivers big time. Like, it really delivers very well. And like, I think back to who did the one in the midnight? Who did the Frankenstein
I think it
with
was
De Niro?
Kenneth Branagh.
Was it
Wasn't it
Kenneth
Kenneth
Branagh
Branagh
and De Niro?
and De Niro? Yeah,
Yeah,
and that thing was just like a total misfire, as I recall.
it was, it was very true to the source material, in the sense that, in the same way that this one is very true to the source material, and even though it's a retread of a very well known IP, I was really thoroughly entertained by the whole thing. Like, I thought that it was done very well. I think the costume design was great. I thought the picks for for the players was great. Like, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot
I
more than I
fear
thought I was going to.
I fear that I watched that with the wife when we were going to bed, and I may have not paid enough attention. And yet, I have so many films to watch right now that I
Yeah.
really don't feel like revisiting that movie just yet. maybe in the future. It's not high on my list of priorities, um, but I don't have a good sense of that film, so it'll go onto my list for rewatches. But I think this one is One Battle's uh, Oscar to lose,
I agree.
just because I know that it took like 10 years for them to get this movie off the ground. It's been in the works, and Thomas Pynchon is one of those authors that I think he does a lot of California stuff, and he is famously like hard to access. They're very like just like difficult novels to read. Um, and so to have not only done one, but to have pulled it off so spectacularly, I think might be the thing that gets them a win in this category. We shall see.
We shall see.
Um,
Where do you want to go next?
let's do uh let's do cinematography and then we'll jump into the top acting awards.
All right, go ahead. I don't have those categories, or I don't have that category, I should say.
You don't? I thought you had it in your list.
Oh wait, maybe I no, I don't have cinematography.
You have you seen Marty Supreme?
No, I tried to
All
watch
right,
it.
so
I tried to watch it the other night, and it was not on the site.
yeah, so that's a blind spot for both of us. So it's Marty Supreme, Train Dreams, Sinners, Frankenstein, and One Battle. Um, it's really hard to weigh in because I have heard that there are some really amazing ping pong scenes in Marty Supreme. You know, a table tennis playing scene, some very inventive camera work in how they present these matches, which I don't want to be spoiled on, so I'm not going to go try to find anything online and see what it's like. I'm just waiting. And as of now, this movie is only available in theaters. I'd love to catch it in theaters. I just don't have any time. Like I don't have time. Like I
Yeah,
really got to set aside time to go and see a movie in the theater. Unfortunately, because several of my movie buddies have already talked about how much they liked it and they went to see it, and I just so. Um, I would kind of love to see Train Dreams win this because I don't think there's a chance in hell it wins Best Picture.
I also
Um,
don't think it wins best song, and it's up for best song too.
yeah, it's got that Nick Cave song.
Yeah, which is super cool, but I just don't see it winning that category.
Yeah, and I feel like did we talk about this? I must have like recommended that movie like in a broom wagon or something at some point because I remember talking about it. It's got some there's something really, really interesting that happens at the end of that song after Nick Cave is done singing. If you hang on through the credits, I feel like there's like some wild there's like there's something else in there. It's like singing from some other person or something. I'll have to go back and revisit that.
Yeah.
I need to revisit several of the songs. I mean, I'm if we well
Here, let's
let's
just get it.
finish
Yeah,
with
let's just get into song.
let's
So
finish with cinematography. I mean, I'd love to see Train Dreams win. But like you could probably make a case for damn near all of these. I mean, Sinners is amazing
mhm.
what they're doing in that movie. Frankenstein is uh,
Frankenstein
you
visually
know,
is absolutely and utterly amazing.
incredible.
Yeah, it's
Incredible.
the Arctic scenes are incredible. Like
Yeah.
the oh, man, I could see that movie winning a production design award as well too. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
man, some of
And then
those
again, and
sets are
then
just ridiculous.
One battle. I mean, the way that thing with this one, and maybe I don't know if it's in there for editing or not. Um, yeah, it's in there for editing. I mean, maybe it is when I think about the cinematography of One Battle, it is like the kineticness of it.
Hmm.
It's just like it's like a train rolling down the tracks. It just doesn't stop. Um, and maybe that's more of an editing
Yeah.
kind of a thing that it might win for. But I can kind of see any of these films winning, and especially after we catch up with Marty Supreme, um, we'll finalize our picks on this one. It's gonna be tough, that one
Yeah.
right there. All right. So let's do best actor first, and then we'll do best actress. So
You don't want to do song since we were just talking about songs.
oh yeah, we can do that.
So, best original song, you've got "Dear Me," which is Diane Warren from Relentless. You have
Haven't seen it.
you have
Haven't
gold
heard
you
it.
have Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, which
That one I know and I love.
you'd
It's an
have to live
incredible
under a
song.
rock not to know. That also won the Golden Globe. I Lied to You from Sinners, which is the big set piece song from when the kid finally plays the guitar. Sweet Dreams of Joy, Viva Verdi, and then Train Dreams from Train Dreams by Nick Cave.
One thing that's funny here, this Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verde, this caught like every single critic in the world by surprise. Like no one in the world saw this coming. Like hardly any people even saw this movie. It's like from some like obscure film that like had weird release and like it just wasn't a part of the conversation in any way, shape, or form with anyone. And people are just like blown away by the fact that this got in there. So I will definitely catch up with all of these songs. That's the beauty of the fact that they're songs. Like you
Yes.
can, I can completely check this entire category off my list with about 14 minutes on YouTube. So I will be doing that. And again, Train Dreams, I love that movie. It was like in my top three for this year, and I want that song to win.
I just don't think that it stands a chance between against Golden or I Lied to You from Sinners. I think it's going
One
to be one of those two. The one of those two, in my opinion.
Yeah, one thing to remember too, when we do our picks, we do two picks. We do the one that I want to win and the one that I think will win.
Okay,
Or you can call it the one that should win and the one that will win.
gotcha.
So, because it's fun to play the game like that.
All
And I
right.
believe the Oscars are on YouTube this year.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Best original score, we've got uh, Begonia for Yerskin Fendrix, Frankenstein for Alexandra Desplat,
You're
and
you're reading those backwards.
oh, should I read their name and then for their movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Max Richter for Hamnet, Johnny Greenwood for One Battle, and Ludwig Göransson for Sinners.
Yeah, so Ludwig is like a big Oscar guy, and
And
that was like a big get
he
for
won the Golden
Coogler.
Globe.
Yeah, that was a big get for Kugler to work with him, as I understand it. Um, um,
I think that is by far the front runner for sure.
yeah, it's got to be. I don't really remember what was going on musically with Begonia or Frankenstein. I did like the uh, the score in Hamnet. What I saw, um, One Battle had a lot of great needle drops, if I recall
Mm-hmm.
correctly. Um, but I think you're right. This is Sinners category to lose.
All right. Now, if you want to jump into the acting cat, the
And
other,
that might also provide yet another like consolation prize if Sinner misses out in
mm-hmm,
bigger categories.
correct.
Um, Supporting actor, we've got, for best actor, we've got Michael B. Jordan, Nikki B. Jerkin, for Sinners, Timothy Chalamet for Marty, Leo for One Battle, Wagner Mora for The Secret Agent, and Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. Have you seen The Secret Agent?
No, that is also on my short list of movies to watch.
Yeah, it's on the site and it's uh I've watched part of it and I need to finish it.
And out of these five, you have two Golden Globe winners in here. So Chalamet won for Marty Supreme, and Wagner won for The Secret Agents. So
Right, because in the Globes they can compete in different categories.
correct.
Um
Who's the surprise in this? Is it more Ethan Hawke or more Michael B. Jordan?
I would say more Ethan Hawke.
Me too.
Um I think Michael B. Jordan playing the twin characters. I mean, that's just like, twice the amount of acting. He had to do a whole lot of acting.
Yeah, he
Um,
was he was he was the best actor by volume.
he was good. I mean, he
No,
really
he's
did a great job of like sort of differentiating
mhm,
those two characters like very, very, very well. With roles like that, it's not every actor that gets a chance to do those. I go to Thomas Hardy. Tom Hardy, when he did the Cray Brothers, and what just an absolutely incredible job that guy did of like just making them so ridiculously different. There was no mistaking them in that one. And I think Michael B basically does that here as well.
I think this could be Ethan Hawke's chance to grab one. I think that you could see like a dark horse out of nowhere. You know, Ethan Hawke gets his Oscar here.
I would love it more than life itself, because it's an incredible performance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's so against type for him. It involved a lot of makeup, um, on the part of the filmmakers. It involved a lot of camera tricks, and just it was he really lost himself in this character and created a beautiful, heartbreaking portrait of this person who was a true artist. And it's a kind of a Hollywood kind of movie, so there is an off chance in there. I would absolutely love to see it. He's a guy who's got a really, really interesting body of work. It would also reward in a way the partnership that he has with Linklater, you know,
Correct.
because
Very
because this
much
is a
so.
Linklater, yeah,
And
this is a
he's
Linklater
lost out
picture. And
when he had really good years to actors that, were in much bigger movies. So
refresh my memory. Do you have any of those in your notes who he's
I did
lost to?
not, I didn't, but, he was, one of the big ones that he was overshadowed in was Denzel in Training Day. That is a big one.
Yeah. Um,
And that's where Denzel got his. So,
well,
and that one was an out of left field pick as well.
well, fingers crossed for Hawk, but hey, maybe I'll like Wagner Moura or Timothy Chalamet better in one of those two movies. So
We'll
that's
see.
one where it's gonna be a big revisit for us, when we make our final picks, that category. Let's do,
Best actress.
yeah, best actress.
So you got Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. You've got Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue. Renate Ricci for Sentimental Value. And Emma Stone for Begonia.
Yeah, I'm
And
at 70% on this category. I uh have not seen um Song Sung Blue, and I've only seen half of Hamnet.
well, and again, in this category, you've got two Golden Globe winners because Rose Byrne won and Jessie Buckley won Golden Globes.
Hmm.
So you have that same situation that you have in the Best Actor category, where those two categories are butting up against each other from the Golden Globes.
Well, look, I have a couple of thoughts on this. Go ahead.
I mean, I think that Kate Hudson doesn't stand a chance. So I mean,
I agree. That's one of my takes. I also don't think Emma Stone is going to win, as good
nope,
of her as her performance was. She's already won twice. They're not giving it to her.
nope.
They're not going to deny one of these other three, so they can give her one more. I just don't think there's a chance in hell that happens. The odds on favorite, basically for the entire race, is
It's
Jessie
got to be
Buckley here.
Buckley. Yeah,
And a lot of people think that will be the only award that that movie gets. Um, the the other two, Rose Byrne and Renate Reinsva, um, both fantastic. I think especially Rose Byrne. Um,
does Rose Byrne
but
have one yet?
no, no, definitely not. But I think if you call it a head-to-head between Jesse Buckley and Rose Byrne, Buckley wins.
Her
Um,
performance is pretty off the charts. So
so I'm kind of with the what do you call it? The popular wisdom, the
yeah, I'm with you.
um we'll hit a couple of the below the line ones here real quick. Um, International feature, The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sirat, The Voice of Hind Rajab, and Sentimental Value. I have seen one, two and a half of those five.
I've seen
Uh,
zero.
Yeah, I've seen about half a Secret Agent. I started It Was Just an Accident, as I mentioned, but I want to watch that whole thing. And I have not watched The Voice of Hind Rajab, although I heard that movie is really good. So that is one of the ones that I hope to catch up before Oscar night. I want to get that category nailed. So we'll table that discussion until we've had a chance to watch some more. Yeah,
Do you have?
Surat's wild.
Do you?
Watch Surat.
Okay. Do you have best documentary? I have that one.
Yes, best documentary feature. Yes.
Okay, so the Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody versus Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor.
So
And a few of these are on streaming services.
yeah, I think The Perfect Neighbor is a big Netflix
It
movie.
is.
I think the Alabama Solution is like the front runner in the category, if I'm not mistaken.
It's on Hulu. I almost watched it the other night.
And it's supposed to be like big and sprawling, maybe, and so and about like some more topical stuff. Cutting Through Rocks is a dark horse. Um,
Come See Me in the Good Lights on Apple TV as well.
yeah, so I can't really weigh in on any of those. I haven't seen any of those.
No, I'm definitely going to watch the Alabama Solution. It's like it revolves around like a prison in Alabama, and I'm
Yeah,
very interested to watch that. Um, let's move
yeah,
on to.
that's one of the ones where it's like if I'm not able to see enough of those films, like I won't even make an official pick on the category, but I would like to for sure. So, you want to do visual effects, editing, and production design?
I do not have that category. Go nuts.
Visual effects, Jurassic World. I think it's the only the Rebirth. That's the only nomination they got. The Lost Bus. I don't even know anything about. F1. I saw. I liked Sinners, and then Avatar: Fire and Ash. Um,
I mean,
I think.
I feel like this is another category that Sinners could win.
Yeah, I don't think F1 was doing enough to warrant it beating out Sinners, which was really doing interesting stuff. I think Avatar: Fire and Ash. It's kind of like been there, done that. Like,
Does James
and
Cameron need an award in that category? It
right.
doesn't
And
seem
even
like
though
it.
it's supposed to be absolutely amazing and another notch up from the crazy underwater stuff that they added to the mix in the second one, I don't see that winning. So I haven't seen The Lost Bus. I don't know where it's coming from. Jurassic World
I
Rebirth
think The Lost
again,
Bus is like
like
an Apple TV type movie that about the California wildfires. I
hmm.
think. I'm pretty sure that
Well,
that's
I'll say this about Jurassic World Rebirth. I feel like at this point in time, like
that movie does
doing a
not.
dinosaur
Yeah, that movie
doing a
doesn't even win
dinosaur movie
anything.
is just like anybody can do that and make it look realistic. You know what I mean? Like those the days of dinosaurs getting awards, I feel like are over. Like we can do that. Like AI can do that now, like no problem.
I nailed it. It is an Apple TV movie starring McConaughey and America Ferrara.
This is the Lost Bus.
Yes, wayward school bus driver and dedicated school teacher battle to save 22 children from a terrifying inferno.
Gotcha. Film editing, Marty Supreme, F1, Sinners, One Battle, and Sentimental Value. And hard to say. I mean, One Battle, based on what I was saying earlier, might be my pick here.
Yeah.
Um,
This would be
I
the
gotta go
one
back.
place where I feel like F1 could contend
Hmm. Hmm.
because it
Yeah.
is a wonderfully paced movie. Like in editing and pacing go hand in hand.
Production design, it's Marty Supreme, Sinners, Frankenstein, Hamnet, and One Battle. And I think this might be where Frankenstein picks up an unlikely win. But again, I haven't seen Marty Supreme, and I know it's like this period piece that's like very lovingly rendered. I've heard people talking about some of the details that happen in that film. So another one we'll have to leave. Let's take a quick break, come back and talk about, in my opinion, the big two.
Yeah.
Best director, best picture, two categories which are sometimes linked together. We'll get into it. Stay with us.
Don't miss the Team Bus, our weekly podcast about pro cycling, and oh, did I mention pro cycling? We're kind of obsessed. Dropping into your usual podcast feeds every Wednesday.
All right, we are back and we are going to jump into best director nominations for the 2026 Academy Awards. And then we'll get into best picture. Your best director nominees: Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Ryan Coogler for Sinners, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, and P.T. Anderson for One Battle After Another. Pretty much knew this list was going to be this list like all year long. And neither of us have seen Marty Supreme. You haven't seen Sentimental Value?
Correct.
Yeah, so you're going to have a hard time weighing in here, I
Yeah,
would say,
I'm
without
three
seeing
out of
this.
five. Paul Thomas Anderson won for one battle at the Golden Globes,
Hmm.
and I just don't see Ryan Coogler, as good as that movie is. I don't see him winning this category.
I mean, you could make a good case, but all signs point to P.T. Anderson. Um, this was just such an achievement. As I mentioned earlier, it took them 10 years to get this thing made, maybe even longer. Um, Chloe Zhao, I believe, already got the award for Nomadland, or maybe that got Best Picture. Um, Joachim Trier, I don't see getting that for sentimental value, even though that's the kind of movie that Oscars like to
Hmm.
reward. Um, so I will certainly wait to weigh in until after I have seen Marty Supreme. That's really the missing piece to the puzzle for me in so many categories. Um, but an unsurprising list, to say the least.
I agree. I think that is the list that was bound to be the list.
Yeah. So, on that note, let's go to Best Picture. You want to read off the nominees?
Sure. So, the nominees for Best Picture are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
All right. So right off the bat, do you like the fact that they now do 10 instead of five?
Yes, I do. Although I won't lie and say that I don't think that I think it really only comes down to a few of them.
All right. Which ones do you think we can rule out?
I think you can rule out Begonia. I think you can rule out F1.
Hmm.
Um, as much as I don't want to say it, I think you can rule out Train Dreams.
Yeah. I think you can also rule out Frankenstein.
I think you can rule out Frankenstein. Yeah.
I mean, it basically is kind of tracking right along with Best Director.
I agree with that. I agree with that
I think
wholeheartedly.
I think The Secret Agent would be a huge surprise, but I know that this movie is beloved the world over, and the shape of the academy, the demographic of the Academy voter has been changing in recent years. So I think that's like in there at number six, but I think your top five have to be Marty Supreme, Sinners, Hamnet, One Battle, Sentimental Value.
Yeah, I do. And my personal feeling is, one battle after another won the Golden Globe. My personal feeling on that is that it is very likely, because of the state of things, that wins Best Picture.
Yep. um, Hamnet will have gotten its win in best actress for Jessie Buckley, and I think that that would be the first of the final five I just outlined to fall off the list. Um, Awarding One Battle the Oscar would really make it easy for them to reward Sinners in a lot of other categories for which it's nominated.
I agree.
Um, I think there's an outside chance that Sentimental Value walks away as like the big loser uh, across the whole of the awards.
I see. That's why I think that
Maybe one of
Scars.
the two actress
I
categories.
think Skarsgård stands a good chance in this category,
Hmm. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Well,
or at least for that movie, I should say.
of that list, I need to see Marty Supreme. I need to finish The Secret Agent. Uh, I don't feel I need to rewatch Begonia or F1. I would really like to rewatch Train Dreams. As I said, I started Sinners again, and I think I need to finish that one again. Frankenstein is towards the bottom of my list, but I don't know that seeing Frankenstein another time would push any of my choices per se. I need to finish Hamnet. Um, I watched One Battle a second time already. I have that one firmly locked in my head. Sentimental Value I need to see again. I got a lot of work cut out the
Yeah,
next
I mean, I feel
6 weeks.
like PTA in this movie are going to take the both big prizes.
Hmm.
I do. I really do.
Time will tell. I will enjoy continuing to speculate, and I'm certainly looking forward to watching the big ceremony.
I am certainly looking forward to watching a few more of these movies so that I can make a better, you know, better predictions. Like I said, I've racked off a whole bunch of them in a very short amount of time. So I am hoping that I can get through a good host of these movies before March. I mean, I could definitely have time to do it. So I'm just going to try to like knock two or three off a week if I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to find some time in between all that pro cycling we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
know.
watching.
It's a lot. But it's
So,
like what I figured out. Okay, what I figured out is that you know, these are like the perfect way to break a lot of that up where I don't have to commit a ton of time to something else. And if I have to break it up into one or two watchings, I can do it. And luckily, like a lot of these movies, my wife has zero interest in watching. So I don't have to really worry about that part of it either. So I can, you know, kind of just, you know, digest them whenever it's convenient for me to digest something by myself.
yeah.
So
Well, it'll be good times because it's always good times when you're watching movies, especially ones that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt are really, really good.
this is
Um,
very true. This is very
so
true.
I would be remiss if I didn't say to all of our wonderful listeners, welcome to season 2 of Beyond the Slipstream, as this is season 2, episode 1, our 53rd episode
That's
of
crazy.
this show. Time flies.
It really
Before
does.
before you know it, you've been doing 2 podcasts for a year.
Yeah,
Kind of crazy.
it is kind
Uh,
of crazy.
Now, if we only could get some people to listen to them,
Well, we never know.
one can dream.
One can dream.
But I sure do enjoy doing it with you, brother. So unless there's anything else you wanted to shoehorn into this long, long day of podcasting, I shall bid you adieu.
No, I've got snow to remove, so
So do I.
that is my next goal is to take the boys and go outside and finish the job we started yesterday.
No, I should take the girls, but I fear they're going to be of little to no use out there. That's why I'm going to tell them to go attack the kitchen. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we will see you next time.
I'll
Beyond the Slipstream is a companion to the Team Bus and is produced by Harperama. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Please like, subscribe, leave a review, and tell your friends about us. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Ale!